No.
Yeah, I think you got to be right up on it.
That's my favorite.
All right, name. All right. Hi, I'm Ahafia Jurkiewicz-Miles, and I'm going to be performing a poem for you that I actually wrote, and the last time I performed it was about a year ago, and then I looked at it again yesterday, and I thought, the second part of this doesn't feel right, so I rewrote that entire part yesterday, so it's not quite the same poem that it used to be. But I want to remind you guys that it's Trans Day of Remembrance, and this is a poem about being trans and being a musician. So, woo! Toccata in E minor, BWV 914, or this is the perfect place to say, I'm trans and I play Bach, I own culture. What's in between my legs is music, nothing physically defining, socially confining, emotionally undermining, it's just music. And music has no time for bigotry because it's too busy keeping time to be on time. This trans kid has no time for anything other than music. Set your metronome for a fight back against the gendered path you picked for me because what's in between my legs is new to you. My mom first called me they. It was conscious and strange, not quite easy to say, but better for her than he and I, though slowly, I came to agree. I came out to my dad first. I will always be grateful for his lack of surprise, for his affirmation, elation. His support was an incantation. At that moment, my father grew great wings of flame in the darkness of my adolescence, correcting others almost to the point of excess, called me son until I found that was not what I meant, that maleness made me feel a little bit queasy. Even then, his adjustment was breezy. That's not to say that this was easy. I've never been your little girl, Mom, Dad, Mom, there are still times I see your face when you cried. I'm not ready to let go of my daughter. At 18, there were times when I couldn't conceive sitting down and believing that you could believe me and listen. Just listen to the sound of my soul, the register of my gender, the cadence of my role in the world around me. Neither boy nor girl wholly, sometimes both, sometimes neither, sometimes everything. If this body of mine were a little bit thinner, a little bit taller, a little less female and broken and bitter, maybe then it'd be simpler to believe it all. Dad, Mom, Dad, my gender has grown to a thing of resplendence. Mom, Dad, Mom, my journey, our journey is one of transcendence. I knew this day was coming. Had prepared for it for 6 months, had woken up in the dead of night, chest tight, had listened rapt to the nurse's instructions while my nightmares lingered, but the needle was as long as my little finger. 9 months into transition, and my friend still couldn't do his own shot, and I was going to college. New gender, fresh start. I was living alone, living apart from those who could baby me through this. It was already August. There was no more time to put it off. My heart raced prestissimo through my veins. My hand shook vibrato as my brain tumbled over itself in a paralyzing cannon. Can I do this? And I'm not ready for this. And God, I wish my mother could understand that behind the needle rose a new plane of existence, a shimmer of beautiful dissonance. Ravel began playing. The world was an impressionist painting. I was Cameron Fry at the Art Institute, except instead of my smallness, there was wide open future, my dreams pursued. In that frame were deep-set eyes, stronger jawline, thicker sides. I could see the way my waist flowed straight into my thighs. No curves, no sighs of dysphoric grief. The twice-monthly testosterone I'd inject into my thigh would change the outside, leave the inside behind. In a new year, you can be a new man, new woman, new pronoun, new humans, new plan. I was ready for the voice drop, ready for the day I'd wake to cellos and bassoons pouring from my lips. Goodbye, G-sharp 5. Hello, A2. Hello, Hosier, Leonard Cohen, Borodin. And I knew if I could just be brave in 2-week increments, if I could just breathe deep and fill the syringe, and 3, 2, 1, I could be magnificent. Some days I am the smooth blue of an E-flat fugue. On others, the sharp orange of a D major invention. Some days my breasts are full with Debussy, on others flat and hard with Shostakovich. Some days I open my mouth and a cello pours out, on others the squeak of a violin. I can wear a dress and play Baroque, I can wear a binder and sing a high, clear pitch, and none of that matters because what's in between my legs is music. An orchestra lives in my uterus. In a master class taught by a Ukrainian teacher, she asked me about my Ukrainian name, looked me up and down, paused a second to say, "That is usually a woman's name, no?" I grinned and agreed and adjusted my tie, and I played Rachmaninoff like I stood twice as high, like I was an old Russian man half frozen in snow. The piano is another plane of existence, a dimension in which I am every experience, every emotion, every color that I need to be. At the piano, male and female melt away. There is only the feel of my fingertips on ivory, sometimes tree root strong, sometimes wind, sometimes stars, and the sound eats me whole from the bottom up. I am nothing but music, nothing but pure tones pouring from my breastbone, my cervix, my Adam's apple, nothing but the dreams of a musician long dead. So it goes. Bach is like clockwork rendered organic, ebbing and flowing and staying in time. In a way, it's the only thing I've ever loved. People I know come and go, but I always come back to Bach and his meditative counterpoint settling below my belly button, my balance point. Bach simultaneously knows and cannot tell how my body grew and swelled, how my waist thickened and then retracted. Bach has no reason to care, at least none that his melodies have shown. Chopin grew a grace that held me in place when my sense of selfhood would stumble and fall. With his music, I learned how to feel the entire color wheel, and that masculine could still mean emotional. It's Chopin's first nocturne that plays when I think of Margie, my first piano teacher, my practically aunt, that and the Bach that I played at her funeral. It was in that instant, up on that stage, that I knew I was more than what anyone thought. My music spilled and transcended, and life was ephemeral, but my body, my gender, myself was eternal. As I walk, there's music in my soles. As I practice, there's music in my fingers. As I breathe, there's music in my lungs. As I bleed, there's music in my blood. No one can ever tell this trans kid that they don't know who they are. I inhale notes, exhale a flood of melodies, harmonies, colors, and love. Yes, love. I am made out of love. Without music, my body would be cracked and hard. Without music, I would still be little and a girl. Dad, Mom, Dad, you give the 3 biggest gifts you could ever have given. Mom, Dad, Mom, I'm alive. I am me, and I am a musician. Thank you.